Woof woof! Hello everybody, Shuffle Woof here with a new album review. Today we will be discussing the new PARAFOX album, Untitled Reverse. PARAFOX is a lo-fi indie rock artist who started in 2021 with their dreamy and intimate project, Untitled Infinite. I cannot find much more on them or any other work they have done, but this new album, Untitled Reverse, seems to be the next installment in the Untitled series. Largely, Untitled Reverse seems to explore family and religious trauma and PARAFOX's struggle with being gay in an oppressive environment. The first track, Port Townsend, seems to be an escapist piece with lyrics about waking up and realizing you have been transformed into an animal. I like the contrast between the phases with power chords and the phases with more spacious guitar. Very nice. Next is a much shorter, Gone, an acoustic song with lyrics that contemplate a future where PARAFOX pursues life alone. It also introduces symbols that will recur in future songs' lyrics, sunlight and trees, both playing into a sort of "the grass is greener on the other side" metaphor for a lot of this album. We see this metaphor on the next song, Daylight Streaks, which features my favorite chorus on the album up to this point. It is very memorable. I like the guitar and drum explosion on the chorus versus the calmer acoustics on the verse. On this song, PARAFOX seems to reassure their lover that they will still love them even if their own confidence wavers. The Snow is an echoey acoustic ballad which features some psychedelic chorus effects. I like this track's dreamy quality as well as the abstract lyrics reminiscing on PARAFOX's relationship. Wichitova is another highlight with its peppy drum beats and slower phases. I love how insane the vocal delivery gets here. These screams add so much in terms of dynamics. I like the character-led storytelling. This one seems to touch on internalized homophobia in some interesting ways. Your Starry Shape is another acoustic song that almost sounds like a demo. I love the sweet lyrics about following their lover's voice into the forest, then snuggling with them inside a tree. Heartwarming. Safety Management is a more synth-led track that almost reminds me of the vibe Mitski's Laurel Hell album gives me. This song appears to be about a fear of being killed by someone in their life. To me, I read it as a metaphor for PARAFOX not wanting their life to be taken over by others' interests. There are some great dynamics on this one. I especially love how hard PARAFOX screams at the end, matching the potency of the lyrics. Next are two sibling tracks, the first of the two being the lovely acoustic ballad, Sins, Part 1. Here, PARAFOX seems to lament being pushed away by someone they used to respect. It is very depressing. Sins, Part 2, takes things even further, PARAFOX commenting on religious trauma and the shame and punishment gauge fear in an oppressive environment. I absolutely adore the storytelling here, as well as the contrast between clean singing and screamed deliveries. We then move on to a drum-heavy interlude, Get Me Up, which has some chanted vocals and a little guitar solo I like. Following that is Greener Day, which feels like a slice of life moment lyrically, PARAFOX describing meeting with a good friend or lover and hoping for a brighter future. I like the structure of this one, what with its slow build into a big band drop at the end. The penultimate track, The Ghosts of Bellingham, has to have some of my favorite lyrics on the entire album. Here, PARAFOX appears to describe their complicated feelings trying to discuss their identity with someone who is homophobic. To me, this song reads as a plea to a family member they wish would love them. PARAFOX writing lyrics like, "We'll both go to sleep on our opposite sides of the door that you've made up and you'll pretend you're better than me." It is such a depressing sentiment that PARAFOX works beautifully. I am in awe with the poetry here. I love the overall delivery of this one. The emo band work pairs well with everything else on this track. The very last track, Your Jade Suck, is a spiteful, personal, and seemingly unscripted 9-minute rant over some band improvisations. Here, PARAFOX tells us a lot about one of their family members, which gives quite a lot of context to the rest of the tracks. Given its nature and length, I do not know if I would listen to this track every time when revisiting this album, but I do appreciate PARAFOX being so candid after describing how much they have to bottle up their feelings on the rest of this record. Overall, my favorite parts of this project has to be the raw honesty of PARAFOX's lyrics, their taste for chorus melodies, and how out of the box their storytelling can be. This album is rough around the edges in a way that may turn off some listeners. That is to say, the recording quality and mixing is extremely DIY. This may not bother you if you are a fan of this kind of sound, though. I was moved by a lot of this, and I will be looking forward to hearing more from PARAFOX in the future. Woof woof.
Even know what I'm counting for.